The story continues as we look outside the tower. A guy is running with a bunch of bread in his hands. He accidentally bumps into someone named Kren and falls, but Kren can make the food float. The kid says sorry, but Kren is okay with it and asks if the kid is hurt. The kid is fine, and Kren helps the weak little kid up. Curious, Kren asks why the kid is in a hurry. The kid explains that he has a little brother at home who is hungry. Feeling sympathetic, Kren suggests the kid hurry home. Before letting him go, Kren advises the kid to be careful, especially since things get dangerous at night. However, things take a turn when Kren unexpectedly drops the bread and crushes it on the ground, revealing the kind of trouble he warned about. He tells the kid to be more careful next time and leaves. As he walks away, someone appears next to him, contemplating whether to end the kid's life. Ultimately, the decision is made to spare the kid. The scene shifts, and we learn that the seemingly weak kid is actually heading towards the Tower of Magic. Kren arrives at the tower's entrance and puts on his mask. He informs his minions that it's time to begin, and a massive army reveals itself. The soldiers prepare spells, and Kren orders them to unleash fire and ice spells on the tower. Despite the powerful defense of the Tower of Magic, Kren is confident that he can break through. He calls for another wave of his men, explaining that the tower's defense can't block two different types of attacks at once. The second wave focuses on using physical attacks on the tower, intensifying the assault. The big guy, Kren, instructs everyone to keep putting pressure on the tower's defenses. The continuous attacks create immense pressure on the barrier, eventually causing it to shatter. The minions charge in, and some guards inside the tower try to stop the intruders. Kren orders his men to eliminate the guards, and the goons easily block the guards' weak attacks. Sword fights break out everywhere, but Kren, the big boss, notices that the guards are wearing armor. Kren moves forward through the battle and becomes invisible. Guards on another floor rush to help their colleagues, but Kren appears after they leave. He calls them fools but realizes there's something strange about their behavior. Finally reaching his destination, we see that Kren's target is a valuable magical gem. Kren has his men surround the magical gem, and they use every spell in the book to attack its protective barrier. However, their attacks fail. Frustrated, Kren tells everyone to step aside so he can handle the situation. He casts a spell called Earth Rage, which completely destroys the barrier. In the process, he also crushes the box containing the magical gem. To his surprise, Kren is shocked by the beauty of the high-tier gem that is now exposed. Suddenly, everyone is shocked as a voice calls them the Outers and tells them to stop what they're doing. The voice turns out to be Pram, and he instructs them to surrender. Everyone wonders why a kid like Pram is there, and Kren quickly hides their valuable gem. Curious, Kren wants to know how Pram knew they were Outers. Pram, realizing Kren is really strong, doesn't answer. Instead, Kren commands his men to eliminate the kid. The goons attempt to use magic to defeat Pram, but he skillfully evades all of it. Facing Kren, Pram breaks down his opponents and figures out that there are 2 swordsmen and 4 mages. Their power seems equal to Romantica's, and Pram easily destroys their magic. The goons decide to stay back since Pram seems strong against magic. However, they don't realize that Pram is also a skilled close-range fighter who can quickly close the gap. Frustrated by the little kid destroying his men, Kren decides he's had enough. He uses an entangle spell to stop Pram in his tracks. With Pram unable to move, Kren follows up with an earth spell to create a fist and punch Pram right in the gut. Kren acknowledges the kid's skill but points out that he lacks experience. Kren tries to capture Pram with a chain spell, but Pram tells him it's too slow. However, it turns out to be a distraction, as Kren captures Pram in another spell. Kren recognizes that Pram is a Hebrion student, and sees this as an opportunity for him to learn from the experience. However, Pram clarifies that he will have to survive the next attack first. Pram is in a tough situation as Kren's men unleash their attack. Just in the nick of time, Romantica comes to Pram's rescue, remaining hidden to confuse everyone. She beats down on Kren's men, and one guy even sacrifices himself to save Kren from being hit. Kren notices that the attacks are not powerful enough to penetrate armor, but somehow they still cause serious damage. He easily blocks more of Romantica's attacks and continues analyzing the situation. The accuracy, speed, and number of spells make him wonder if there is more than one attacker. This, combined with the strange behavior of the guards, makes him suspect that they somehow knew they were coming. Despite these thoughts, Kren reminds himself to stay focused on the objective and instructs all his goons to cover him. The walls around Pram crumble, and Kren bids farewell to his opponent. Pram takes down some goons on his way to stop Kren, but he is met by another goon. Pram nearly overpowers this one too, but Kren was preparing a spell before leaving. Pram gets pushed back, but it's just a momentary setback. Pram pushes forward once more, yet Kren seems to have endless amounts of magic. Kren, acting like some kind of tyrant, launches his next attack. It misses Pram but sends Kren's own men falling through the ground. Pram can't believe that Kren would do this to his own soldiers, but Kren reveals that there are plenty of replacement. Pram attempts to attack the villain, but he fails, and Kren, the evil guy, informs him that his sword skills are good but ineffective. Kren starts surrounding himself with rocks, making it difficult for Pram to break through. Kren dismissively says it's hopeless as more rocks keep coming, expressing disappointment that Pram doesn't have more moves. Moreover, Kren discovers the source of other attacks and forces Romantica out of hiding. Kren never expected kids to interrupt his plan, and he wonders who is leading them. It's evident that they knew he was coming, and he demands an answer. However, the kids refuse to respond. Kren warns them that if they don't reveal the information, he will make them experience something more terrifying than death. Romantica isn't scared and launches airballs at him, displaying impressive control. Kren compliments her accuracy, but points out that she lacks power. Romantica hits him in the face with a rock and thanks him for the lesson. The two engage in an attack, but their moves cancel each other out. Pram tries to attack amid the confusion, but Kren is done playing with them. He prepares another dangerous attack, and Romantica warns Pram to get away. Kren unleashes a more powerful version of Earth Rage, destroying the entire room. Kren escapes, and our heroes barely manage to survive. Although they completely lost, they don't seem upset and instead think that they need more training from Desir. The reason for their lack of distress becomes apparent as they wonder if they completed their part of the plan well enough below the tower. This brings an end to our episode. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more anime recaps.